Hi everybody. I'm tired. Oh, this feels like a dread. It's not good. I just washed my hair. I had a dread in my hair once. It had been so long, excuse me, since I washed my hair at one point that I literally had a dread in the back of my head. Today was really good. I spent all night putting together my apartment and cleaning up. I literally cleaned my entire apartment. I didn't go to sleep until 6:30 this morning, and then I woke up at 11 and I just kind of woke up at 11, and my glam team came at 1 and got me ready. I got to do some press, and that was really exciting. Let's see. Yeah, and I went to go see Maggie, just to be a friend, see my friend, and then she ended up having to do something, so I came home, and it actually worked out because I'm really exhausted. But so today's International Women's Day, and I know there was an International Women's Day last year, but today's more of an emotional one for me. Today was kind of an emotional day for me, just as far as like being kind of overwhelmed with awareness and just kind of a sense of community, because this day last year, I was going through, like, 2017 was just like crap for me, you know what I mean? And so I was just reflecting, and International Women's Day for me last year, I didn't really think anything of it, you know? I was just like, okay, International Women's Day, yippee. But this year, and nobody really recognized it last year, I don't think. I mean, not just me, I don't think a lot of people recognized it. And so today it was just really great because my makeup artist and my hairstylist were both women. There were, in the room for the press, it was me and 4 other people. So 4 of the 5 people in the room were women. And it was just kind of this sense of pride, and it was just a really great feeling. And it's just kind of overwhelming in the greatest way in a lot of ways. One way is, okay, so as far as society goes, we have progressed a lot considering where we were this time last year and where we are now. I mean, we still obviously have a long way to go, but we've grown a lot. I mean, we freaking they made the movie Black Panther, and it was so successful and stuff like that, you know? Like, it's just we've progressed so much in the last year, and the fact that so many people are excited about International Women's Day. Yeah, I do have big eyes. Can you see that? The fact that so many people were so excited about International Women's Day was so exciting to me, because it's just like nobody was talking about International Women's Day last year. Not even me. So that's why it was really exciting for me. And also, as like, for me, I was reflecting on how I felt this time last year, and the difference between how I felt then and how I feel now, as a person, as a young woman, as an actor. And I just feel like so good this year. Like, I just feel so much better about myself. And I think it's because I have so many great women around me and so many great women to look up to. Like I never understood what people were talking about, like representation is so important and being a voice is so important. I never understood that until I started actually, like, acknowledging, like, who I was following on my Instagram feed and making sure that it was positive. Like, okay, for Gina Rodriguez, I freaking love her to death. And I thought, this is me, like, being completely honest. I thought that my struggle with anxiety was my problem and my problem only. And then she had posted it was a visual it was a video that her friend had made of her, and it was basically a video portrait that her friend was doing video portraits of his friends, and she posted it and was saying, she was like, I can see my anxiety in this portrait, and just basically know that you're not the only one going through anxiety, like I'm going through it too. And that just blew my mind at how, like, open she was about that struggle of hers. And that just, like, it's something so small and so minute that just blew my mind. And to have social media and to have the platform for everybody, not just women, to reach out to people and connect and relate in those ways was just really great. And why are people laughing at me? So with that said, I finally feel like an 18-year-old woman because of the great women that I have in my life and the great women that are given the opportunities to have a platform that I can look up to. So I'm just, like, super extra thankful for today, and I'm super proud of people for actually recognizing how great women are, and I mean how great men are too, but how great women are. And like, we just today was just a great day. But yeah, so on that note, I'm going to do a March 8th. No. What's the date today? Excuse me. Is it March 8th? I think it's March 8th. I'm going to do March 8th. Babe. March 8th, Woman of the Day. Yeah, March 8th, Woman of the Day. To celebrate International Women's Day. Alright. Lady Godiva, then Kutalan. Alright. The Lioness of Brittany. Jean de Belleville. Jean? I don't know how to pronounce her name. She got some stuff going on. Okay. since I'm on live, I'm not going to read it in silence and then summarize it for you guys. I'm just going to read it. And then I'll summarize it so that, just in case you're not listening. But, whatever. Okay. Pirates are made in different ways, but the path to piracy of Jean de Belleville, born in 1300, died in 1356. Okay, she lived 56 years. That's not too bad. Was a classic tale of revenge-driven fury. Born a noblewoman and coming into power at the dawn of the 100 Years' War between England and France, Jeanne and her wealthy Breton husband Olivier de Clisson, had 5 children at their home in western France. When the war came, Clisson was accused of supporting the English, not an unfounded accusation, since he easily surrendered the town of Nantes. I don't know how to pronounce these words, people. Alright, you know what? I'm going to read this in silence because this is too much, and I'm not really good at reading out loud. King Philip had him beheaded in public, shaming the family. Enraged, Jeanne turned on the French monarchy. She took her 2 sons, sold all of her land, and bought the 3 warships that she painted black and outfitted with red sails, forming her Black Fleet. She built a loyal force with them. She attacked the French military by land and then by sea in the English Channel. Jeanne was known for personally decapitating any French nobility they captured at sea. Wow. The legend goes that for 13 years she sailed the seas on the wind of revenge, her red sails bringing fear to the hearts of any Frenchman. Okay, so basically, this story is not that great. So this woman, she lived 56 years, and she was born a noblewoman. When the French found out that her husband was a traitor, he was beheaded, and she got angry and built 3 warships, painted them black, as if like sailing through a funeral, and went and killed as many French people as she could. So, I wasn't really happy with that one. So, I'm going to read another one, because great story. Your husband was a traitor. He deserved to die. Okay, this girl. She seems interesting. Called by God to save France. Joan of Arc. See, already had a good start. Guys. I can pronounce her name. Born during the middle of the 100 Years... Oh. She was born during the middle of the 100 Years' War between England and France. So she was born in 1412 and died in 1431. Yo, she lived she didn't live long at all. Was an illiterate peasant girl from a small French village. England was winning the war at the time, occupying most of France through an alliance with Burgundy. At 13, Joan experienced visions of saints in her father's garden. The saints told her to help the French drive out the English and instate the rightful French heir. I can't read Roman numerals. Charles VII to the throne in the coronation town of Reims, which was currently under English siege. I can't read, y'all. I'm so bad. 3 years passed before Joan finally persuaded a relative to take her to the nearest military commander, Robert, to petition for a visit to the royal French court. It took several months of persistence and convincing 2 soldiers of her visions. She predicted a military reversal in an area far from where they were, days before messengers delivered a report of the action. Before Robert took her to Charles VII. Yo, that's crazy. By then, the French military was in such poor shape that Charles VII was willing to give a 16-year-old girl the reins to ride with the military, taking her predictions as direct messages from God. With her guidance, the commanders finally turned the tide when they won back the city of Orleans. She joined the French military, dressed in men's clothes to prevent harassment. men's dress at the time had 20 fastenings that attached everything from top to boots. And they steadily took back their country, including where Charles VII was finally crowned. Joan and her family were ennobled as a reward for her courage. However, a year later, Joan was captured by the English during battle and tried for heresy and cross-dressing. She was convicted by a biased jury and burned at the stake at the age of 19. Shit. The 100 Years' War continued for 22 years after her death, but the French prevailed after the turning point her military tactics created. Joan was retried and found innocent after the war ended. Well, that's helpful. She's dead. She became a heroic symbol of France and was canonized in 1920. Well, so basically the English are douchebags. In the time that she was at war with them, I'm not saying they are now. Don't twist my words. Dang. So at 16, she went to war and had predictions. And she helped the French win. And then she was captured and burned on the stake. And burned at stake because she cross-dressed. Boy, you're just mad because she almost killed you. Well, that's a better ending to this wonderful International Women's Day. So, we have learned about Jeanne de Belleville. She wasn't that great. But Joan of Arc, she's a badass. Anyway, she didn't cross-dress. She was an actual soldier. Anyway, have a great day, y'all. Or night. Wherever you are. Oh, the name of the book. Take a screenshot. Take it. And okay, good night.